get the strike, or is it
One.
random first stage?
You know, I think you get to stage strike, and I think there was something in the rule set about, yeah, it's a stage strike.
Okay, so they just did it in DMs, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the text chat and there wasn't anything. But yeah, let's talk about the game.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a classic stage strike, you know.
So I think, yeah, like starting Battlefield, like it's pretty standard. Like I feel like no one really gets hard benefits out of it, so it's pretty neutral overall, to be honest.
I think most stages are, but there are a few, like, most people would probably say that this might be like, could be potentially Falco's best stage, although it's like not polarizing, because like the super high top platform with the full hop, and kind of likes the side platforms, but overall it should be pretty neutral. Maybe there's another benefit with like the wall riding, because I think Fox might benefit more from that than Falco.
Yeah, like I think the edges are pretty good for Falco in this stage, just because like you can obviously tech still, but it's such a like hard tech to hit when you've got such a small edge to hit. So the edge guarding probably makes it a bit easier for like Falco to like time the downers so they can't tech and stuff like that.
That was so unnecessary.
Okay, so I hope we see Jormis start changing that in the future, like when someone is that far away, and that he starts like refreshing his invincibility, because if he just hangs down like that, then it's pretty risky. Even if he times it somewhat right, he can still trade, like with the up.
Well, he traded there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like he got the shine turnaround there, but still took damage.
Another stage he could just like launch at the wall after the trade and then just die because he can't up for very long and all that.
Exactly. Or, you know, worse, he gets like some weird hitbox, gets sent underneath Battlefield, and all of a sudden he has to do a weird angle.
Oh yeah, that's Falco. You overextend, you miss, and then you have to recover and you just shine. So yeah, that's one good thing about the ledge for Fox. Like he can just shine you and you cannot tech it unless you're like at the ledge, like at the very ledge.
Yeah, I think a big thing is like I think Jormis is maybe relying a bit too much on like side B to recover, and if they Frogchip's catching onto that, so if he just gets like one hit, Falco caught with no jumps, pretty much just a dead bird. So. I would like to see maybe more like double jump back and maybe more different up B angles. Like going high is quite hard for Fox to cover, especially at the lower percents.
Yeah, especially when you have like text, ball drift, and all the mix-ups. Like there's so much you can work with. I mean, just take a look at any game of Mango. He does it like super well. He's a master of it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, exactly.
If you look at like, is it like 270 angles or something like that? Is that how many angles there are? Something ridiculous. Doesn't matter. Just analog stick, right?
Yeah,
so if you think about it, just
so many mix-ups, like.
So many mix-ups when you're doing it high. When you're doing it like perpendicular or below the ledge, you have to go in a certain direction, right? But like the higher you are, I guess you can mix it up with like going directly to stage or going high and then using your drift and all that sort of thing. So yeah,
very good recognition of Frogchip's part, just jumping up there and catching the light shield.
Yeah, he was like Frog was very aware and just like didn't hesitate, just going for the grab.
Nair seemed kind of dodgy, but.
I feel like, Fox is particularly going on stage and Falco really scared about doing that kind of stuff, just being challenged over there and then you're dead yourself.
Yeah. I like Jormis spacing, like when Frogchip's on the side platform, he's just like just outside the short up area range and just like shoots lasers in safe spaces, which is really good.
Oh, great down tilt as well.
Laser down tilt, always a great option. It's also surprisingly safe because it pushes you back and it doesn't have that much end lag. It's really hard to, like, you have to be ready for that if you want to like punish that stock.
I know that Melee doesn't get a patch, but I swear Falco's down tilt is better at shield poking every single month. It's just like there's something that happens in the background that I swear.
The secret hotfix is in.
There's a gecko code or something that I'm not aware of.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Now this is like the complete opposite of the first game.
Yeah.
I did see Frogchip kind of dash attack into the corner there to catch Jormis's recovery, laser recovery, but then went for an up tilt, which connected. But I would have thought that Shine would have been like the better option there. Was there any reason that the Fox would be up tilting in the corner?
Wait,
like
which situation again? Can you repeat it?
It was he dash attacked off to the right side, right, to catch the jump from Jormis, and then was right on the edge and could have got a Shine. I felt like could have got a Shine, but went for an up tilt instead, and Jormis was able to live. And I was just wondering if there's a benefit to the up tilt rather than the Shine.
I mean, I don't remember it entirely, but if it's like right at the edge above it, then Shine is definitely better because it just if it doesn't kill right away due to some crazy SDI, then he can still jump out and like just
I like
Shine
that
afterwards.
I like that he went for the Shine up B there because every other time he's been doing like Shine Bear and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Go for that mix up on the DI.
I was about to
is
say,
smart.
like,
It's also the
I hope we're gonna see some more of those 50-50 mix-ups because it, like, if you just keep it like super random and keep your opponent guessing, then you can like get some super guaranteed kills, like a lot of them, and fairly early. Because you really need that as Falco, because Fox gets those early kills. Because he just has the kill power, and Falco can have it as well if he just plays a bit smart.
Yeah, like I definitely in that first game, like Frog was getting a lot of early kills, but I feel like Jormis was like holding the stage really well and just like making it hard for Frog to get the games he was getting in the first game.
Oh, I think Frog thought he had a jump there.
Yeah.
Hit the last one. It's about one a set that happens to you. Although to be fair, Frog, he really brought it back that second game. He looked like he was get free stock and brought it all the way back to mid% last stock. It's the kind of thing as well, like good for Jormis to close out because if you don't, that's the kind of thing you really fairly often.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was probably supposed to be an up tilt, or maybe he just had a hard read on him and running off and tried to up smash him. But, oh, that was good. In the first game because Frogchip was like too low and then he did the full up and he went above him. Because it was that weird height where it's too high for shorter, but it's too low for full up.
Very nice.
That was beautiful.
We're all even at the half here, and this is a bit of a not the most important game because obviously it's first 2-5, not a best of 5. But again, it's those
what an up!
That was a great up air by Jormis there.
Yeah.
Bit of an
Just charged him
extension.
really hard.
Trying to move too fast.
But yeah, I gotta pay more attention to that. Like as you mentioned, Mint, like I think Jormis has a high tendency to go for side Bs, like rather than up B.
Yeah, like there's certain spots where side B is just the better option when you can't get ledge, but there was times he was doing like high side Bs, which is like really risky. If he does happen to read Falco, he's pretty much dead in those situations.
Frogchip able to get out of that Falco blender. I think there was a bit of a SDI to the left and able to get a nair out real quick.
Okay, we're last stock.
He's so quick to ledge, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And just clarifying, Kinzo, so I've been calling it him Jormis, but do you think it's a Jormis, is it?
I think it's Jormis since it's like I mean,
Swedish,
I think he's from Sweden, right? So I would imagine Jormis.
Okay, Jormis.
So you can be uncultured, man, it's alright.
Damn it.
Okay, let's see the punish.
I really like that he went for the shine.
Oh, he's dead!
Because he definitely would have lifted the back air, and he knew he's gonna DI up and in, and then he just went for the shine extension, which was really beautiful. Like,
Yeah, I feel like
they're
Jormis
both
is
playing
just-
very well. Like,
Yeah, I agree. I think even at the end of that game, Frogchip was adapting well, using the platforms and a lot more pull up to like get into that space where Falco has to feel threatened to be lasers. So I think they're definitely both like adapting to each other pretty well. This is two kind of does it quicker and executes better.
Yeah, well, we've actually got a little bit of set history. So part of the reason that we kind of picked these players, these students, was so Jormis Frogchip have played 4 sets.
Four sets. Over 3 competitions.
Yeah, Jormis has taken.
Are you also getting slowed on? Thanks.
Yeah, looks like a bit of lag.
That's
Popped
Yeah, I
out,
was just
but
making
then
sure I'm not
they
like
just
screw behind.
to either side. Good on him.
So it's 3-1 to Jormis. However, if you look at the trajectory of things, it was like first set Jormis 3-0, second set like 3-1, then 3-2, and then Frogchip took the last set 2-0.
Okay, that's interesting then. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Quite the dynamic going on then.
yeah. The momentum
Yeah.
swing. The momentum swing's definitely in Frogchip's favour, but Jormis has the historic number.
Okay, I just saw he tried to
What-
do
if you
the channel
think about
shield
those-
and then Waveland after that, but earlier when he like had a really somewhat obvious channel of shield, he didn't go for it. I think he might be a little bit uncomfortable with doing channel shield, but it might be a bit of a stretch. We only saw twice, so I don't want to like conclude it as a final statement, but
Something to maybe try to pay attention to.
yeah, I have a hunch that he might be a little bit uncomfortable with with China shields, but we'll see.
That was a really good like wave dash out of shield
Yeah.
on the up smash. Like, that can be because like up smash
Crazy,
has like up smash has a weird amount of shield stuns, and it actually be hard to get that wave dash out of shield.
It
Yeah.
was also really big. It was like box road dash.
Yeah, yeah.
Great tech. Oh my god.
Get up attack. Oh my!
Generally, though, I think if no, that's unfortunate. Generally, I think if you're not dead 100%, like if you can definitely survive the back air, I think in general you should not go for the arms attack because like especially these days because people are so aware of it and it's fairly easy, especially if you don't barely reach your opponent but you have time to set it up. You just do like a short back air. You can like follow up with like an S smash right after that, which you can't arms attack anymore because it's too fast and so I think arms attack most of the time should only be like a last resort if you don't survive or if you're really aware that your opponent does not cover arms attacks well. But like optimally speaking, if you imagine your opponent to be good, you should not do that probably.
Especially, I've been thinking a lot about that recently. Like, you know, just going through the unranked kind of gauntlet, the people that are carrying arms attack. It's kind of it's not worth it really. If you can just DI straight up, it like gets full survival DI and just make it back high, you know.
I think like best key is you should do it like once where they're maybe not in a position to cover the arms attack, but you shouldn't do it again because it means they're already going to be in that position to cover the next one.
If it's really hard to cover and to hit, then you should go for it. Then it's really worth it. But if you're already set up, you're just standing there, don't go for it unless you're already dead. Nice crouch has last smash.
We're also 4 games in and no Witch
They forgot they're in the Matrix, man.
They don't need it. They're in the zone. I see that.
Come on, Josh, don't be saying that.
Yeah, I know.
I think they're both doing really good on the adaptation part. Like they've both started playing so different throughout the entirety of the set since game 1. Like in the beginning, I think Jormis was doing a lot of like high aerials after laser right away. Then he got China shield. Then he mixed it up to like laser or laser late aerial. And I think he also started doing more uppy. Kind of just generally like mixing it up more.
I think in general they're both starting to play more like safer. They kind of were running at each other a bit more at the start, but like Frog's using a lot more like platforms, using a lot more.
Yeah, I was about to say he started using the side platforms a lot.
Yeah.
Because Jormis was struggling with it.
Oh.
I think a lot of the problems they had so far, surprisingly enough, although they looked really like comfortable in the execution, was like some execution part in the punish, like little slip-ups here and there, and then somehow drop some stuff. But overall, I don't think they are like missing the game plan or they don't know what's going on or anything like that. Which is why I'm not surprised that they haven't taken the coaching yet.
What a patch!
That was really beautiful by Frogchip. Props.
Recognizing those side Bs, kind of picking up on the habit.
Yeah, and also like what I just realized is like he really picked up on Jormis doing a lot of like shot up lasers when he's like far away, and if you pay attention to that, Frogchip started doing like preemptive like full ups above the laser and tries to catch like his second laser. Like if you just like just like that.
For example, just then.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's doing a lot of full on there on like the second laser, and he's gonna keep lasering instead of doing like a dash back or like preemptively attacking out of the first laser and stuff like that.
Yeah. From my experience when I watch other Falcons, like Falcons sometimes have real struggles like noticing that if they're doing too short up.
Hey guys, just a reminder that if you miss this, we got Kins0 and MINT back.
Hello.
Yeah. Listen,
well,
now we can chat about what you guys talked about. So, as he's down a game, I'm gonna start with MINT. Right? What did you discuss with Frogchip?
I basically told him to like do a lot of what he was doing in like the last game that he won there, like using the side plats and top plat along with full hop like his default strategy. So instead of like playing more grounded, I told him basically to play more in like the awkward spots where Falco's gonna have to like commit to get to him with like the full hop.
Right, good. And Kins0?
So pretty much, the first point was him struggling to get out of the corner because Frogchip's been doing a lot of like stationary up tilts and back awards and stuff like that. And if you paid attention, you already saw that at the start he started doing like shorter blazes in place out of the corner, even though it seems risky because Frogchip isn't really charging at the moment, and also that he should be aware of like the full up aerial options if he does like 2 blazes in a row, stuff like that, where he could maybe be aware and just do like a laser and turn around the distance and wait maybe like up tilt or shot or back or something like that. And the third thing was like side B versus up B ratio, that he should try to explore up B a little bit more. And we just wanted to talk about something else, but yeah, about like side B coverage versus Fox, but then the time ran out.
3 minutes isn't a very long time to.
I know. I was trying to speed run.
That's what you gotta do, man. Speed run the
Exactly.
Speedrun coaching.
We didn't quite have an hour like the
80%.
usual sessions.
Just kind of unfair because like Mint is no stranger to speedrunning. He's already been speedrunning Mario 64, so I think he's got a little bit of an advantage there.
I've got the speedrunning knowledge, so that experience. But yeah, I think it looks like both. I know from Frogchip's side, anyway, it looks like he's took quite a bit on board. Like he's using the platforms a lot.
Hey, bro, you should put the 2 coaching calls down on the. Righto.
I think this already looks a lot more solid, to be honest.
As I don't know if you guys have had any chances, but are they applying any of the stuff, or is that something we'll have to wait?
Yeah, he just did it. Like he just didn't run into like an up tilt or back air when Jormis was in the corner, which he did before. And I also think he has not been caught by any full up aerials while lasering yet. But I mean, that might just be like a little bit of a nice coincidence. But yeah, that was a good run of down air. He recognized it. But no, I think he actually started implementing
back
stuff.
throw stanky leg. Killed me, man. Yeah, good. So he's been able to apply some of your tips, and this is hectic. This might be match point for.
It's actually match point, yeah.
Or.
Yeah. He still has another coaching call though, so it depends on whether he wants to use it or not.
Does, and I suppose we'll find out in a jiffy if we get game feed.
Nope.
here we go.
You're just playing.
He doesn't need it. He
He's
doesn't
saving
need
it.
it.
Which means Frogchip knows what he has to do to win it. He just gotta see if he can execute it.
Yep,
Big from Jormis.
absolutely.
They both seem to have a good plan, so that's good. I mean, it's already been looking really good. Like this game has been looking really high level already.
I would really love to hear your guys' thoughts on FD for each of your respective characters.
I hate it, but I think it's 50-50. But I hate it. I always ban it in best of threes. I never pick it, but I think it's. I think both characters do good. Like I think Falco does a lot better in neutral compared to other stages because he doesn't struggle with like side platform camping, stuff like that. Fox is the chain grab, but I mean Falco's punch game is also really good here. I think it's. I honestly think it's kind of depends on playstyle and preference and what you. What kind of weakness and strength you have. Let's say you have like a really strong punish game on platform stages, which is a little bit more a bit harder for Falco than on FD. And you struggle with neutral on FD, then you might be better off with platform stages and vice versa. And same for the Fox. Like if you can fully utilize the chain grab and he really doesn't mind the lasers without platforms, then sure, go for it. So it kind of depends on the player. I don't think there's like an objective answer to that.
Yeah, but if you're not like a grab-heavy Fox, maybe like FT's not, you know, the greatest choice if you're going to be up against a Falco that has a stupid punish game.
I am, but to be fair, as Fox, you kind of need to be grab-heavy, or at least do some options that lead you to grabs, because most of his punishes like kind of start from grabs, also on platform stages where you get like platform tech chases and up air strings and stuff like that. But I get what you're saying. Like,
Yeah,
you just want
I think
like
for-
FD's grab.
I think for me, FD is like, I don't really like it as a Fox, just because like I feel like a lot of the mix-ups you have from like full up is like using platforms to like mix up timings of when you come down when a Falco's like lasering. So like for me, I kind of like having the option of like, oh, you full hop, you have somewhere to land and like mix up timings of when you come down with a shield drop or just fall through plat or whatever it is. So I think it benefits Falco more, but I do think Fox's punish is like extremely strong, and I just don't like the neutral as much for Fox.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Oh,
Weirdly
okay.
enough, I don't like the neutral here either, even as Falco. Like I really like to have like tricky platforming stuff, like maybe some shine turn on waveland or off back air stuff, like all the cheesy stuff that people might not be aware about.
Yeah, you definitely seem like a very like platformy Falco because like the way your movement is and stuff.
Frogchip is on set stock now. He's going to need. Well, it's only one stock, but he is going to need a bit of a help to make this back.
Always doable.
Yeah, it's very doable.
Absolutely.
There's the shine.
Especially
Okay,
if
didn't
you,
get
if
the
you
grab.
think about the way that the first game went.
Oh, that should be
That's gonna be it.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge.
That might be, if Frogchip wins this game, that might have been the drop of the set.
little big grab, but
Oh, huge grab!
he's missing his dashes.
Oh, this is looking really spaghetti-like right now.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win this?
Oh,
game?
they power shields.
It's funny how like the start of the game looked so like these guys look insane, and now like you can see last stock it's just like
Yeah.
like joking.
And we even talk about how high level this looks, and now they're both shaky trying to win.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
So we have a winner here.
We do.
Far out. Oh man, my heart.
Had good games to both of them. I think we had some good melee here. I honestly
Yeah.
would have loved to see a few more games right now because like it's really started to heat up like in the late games, the last 2 games especially.